Welcome to start of a new week, Monday's Recovery Club. Let's get after it. Hope you all had a good weekend. So we're going to start with our downward dog, focusing on our shoulders, so up on our toes or on our knees if that's more comfortable, and just driving our head through. Try and feel a stretch in the back of our shoulders. Hold it for a few seconds and release. Stay on your toes, stay on your hands, and we'll go again. And release. Last one, and then we'll take a proper break. Good. All right, sit down, take the weight off your hands, shake out your hands, shake out your wrists, and we'll try that again. So you can do these on your knees, you can do these on your toes, just go with whatever feels good. I tend to find that when I'm more fatigued, when I'm more tired, being on my knees feels better. But when I've got a bit more spring in my step, perhaps when I'm a bit more recovered, depending on what I've been doing, then I find on my toes is a bit better. So I definitely feel more of a stretch on my toes. So if you can manage it, try it. Good, and release. We'll do another one. Good. And last one. You could, if you've got the hamstring flexibility, you could of course do straight legs, but my hamstrings are super tight, so it's not going to happen. Moving on, we'll do our next shoulder stretch. So if you've got a couch or a chair or a stool or something, we're going to put our hands on it and we're going to drop our head down and just feel that stretch in the upper back and shoulders. We're going to hold this for, let's see if we can do 10 seconds. Good, and release. Come fully up. Shake out the arms a bit, get a bit of blood flow in there. Twist a little. And we'll go again. This time we'll try and hold it for 15 seconds, okay? Good work. Okay. Now let's go down onto our stomachs. We're going to do our Supermans. So we're going to have our arms out to the side. And we're going to pulse up. Good. And arms to 45 degrees. Good. And arms in front. Good. Okay, take a little breather. Stay resting on your forearms and on your stomach if that works. Come fully up if that's more comfortable. Grab a drink if you need it. Whatever helps you get through this. Whew. Right, and we're going to go again. This time we'll try and just hold them at the top. So we'll try and hold it for like 10 seconds, something like that. All right, here we go. Good. Arms out to 45 degrees. We'll go again. Good work. And we'll do arms out in front. Whew, good job. So up on our elbows. Let's go onto our hands and knees. We're going to take our right hand and we're going to reach through and hold it for a few seconds. Come back and reach again. We'll do one more. Good work. Other hand. Good. So with those ones, I think it's personal preference, but I like to try and keep everything kind of fairly straight. I find if I keep my knees and my hips and my shoulders kind of straight and just twist with this arm, I find I get a nicer stretch on this, on my back than if I kind of allow myself to fold too much. I'm obviously going to be not perfect, right? Like it's going to be, I'm going to twist ever so slightly, but it just feels better, so I do it. So I try and kind of think about keeping myself locked and straight and, you know, parallel, perpendicular, depending on which way you're looking at it. But I obviously will twist a little, but that's just what feels good for me. So play around with it. Good, and now the other hand. Good. All right, take a breather. Stand up, shake out your back, your shoulders, your hips, whatever you need. Oh, grab a drink if that's helpful. And we're going to go into our cat and our cow. So we're going to be hands and knees. We're going to arch our back and we're going to flex it. And arch it and flex it. And arch it and flex it. And arch it and flex it. You can do these slow and controlled. You can do them fast. I quite like doing them quite fast. But it's entirely up to you. So if slow and controlled feels better. I know, look, don't get me wrong, there are days when slow and controlled is what I need because I'm feeling, feeling tender, feeling vulnerable, whatever. But some days you just feel a bit springier and you just want to kind of put some force through it. That's totally okay as well. Human backs are very strong. Don't let anyone tell you that your spine is inherently weak or inherently vulnerable. They're really robust, and they get even more robust if you expose them to things. So don't be afraid to put movement through it, put force through it, put pressure through it. It will adapt, it will get stronger, particularly if you start slow and build up. So we're going to be on our hands and knees now. We're going to drop into that cobra pose. So we drop forward, chest up, feel that in the back. Stretch up as high as we can. And then we're going to drop back. You might want to spread your hips a bit wider, your knees a bit wider, your legs a bit wider. We're going to just drop back into that child's pose. And we'll hold that for a few seconds. And we're going to come forward again. And drop back. Good. And now we're going to do our hip flexors. So we're going to come forward, put our weight through this leg, feel a stretch here. And then what we're going to do is take this elbow and try and get as close to our ankle as we can. And we're going to just hold that for a few seconds. And then what we're going to do is take that arm and twist behind us. Come round and twist with the other arm. You might find, like I do, that one arm can twist more than the other. That's totally fine. That's totally normal. Probably mostly to do with the constraint of having, your leg out here. But just do what feels good. Don't do too much. Don't feel that you have to get them equal or anything like that. Human body has natural imbalances. It's perfectly fine. We're not these like super symmetrical beings. I think my favorite example of that is that Usain Bolt has a leg length discrepancy, fastest man to have ever lived, and he's got one leg shorter than the other by a measurable, notable distance, and it means his gait isn't exactly symmetrical, so we think that like these pro athletes have got like perfect movement and really symmetrical patterns, but they don't at all. So if your back is tighter on one side than the other, or you've got more flexibility in one hamstring than the other, don't worry about it. Unless the difference is huge. But if the difference was huge, you'd already know about it. So if you're just spotting it for the first time during these recovery club sessions, don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, we're going to switch sides. And we're going to drop our elbow. And then we're going to twist. Good. And now we're going to go into our deep squat. So if you want to grab something for support, if you need it, grab a couch, a chair, stool, whatever. And we're just going to sit in the bottom of that squat position. And we're going to move around a bit. Just try and open up our ankles and our hips. Just going to get some pressure through it. Move around, whatever feels good. When you feel nice and balanced, feel free to take your hands off the support that you've got. You can do the additional, like driving your elbows into your knees if you want, if that feels good. I quite like that. Feel that stretch across the front and the bottom of my hips. And when we've been here a little while, we're going to put our hands on the ground, turn your feet straighter, and just come up and feel it in the backs of our hamstrings, back of our legs, and come down. Whew. Take a little breather, take a little rest. We're coming up to the last couple of stretches now, nearly done. So we'll get into that deep squat again, get our feet sorted, and just hang out. Sit in the bottom, drive our arms out, see if that feels good. And hands on the ground, and we'll stretch out the back. Stretch out the back of the legs. Good. Okay, last couple of bits then. Going to work on our split progression. So if you need it, hands on a surface. And we're going to have our feet go as wide as we can. Don't be afraid to put quite a lot of weight through our hands. Like, the aim isn't to try and overload our groin and our hip muscles and our thigh muscles straight away. We want to ease into it slowly. And just hold it there for a little while. Today I haven't got any socks on, so my feet are much more stable on this rug. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Haven't really given it too much thought. Probably neutral. And then when we're ready, come down onto our hands and knees and shake everything out, and we'll do one more of those. You can do these sitting down if you want. If you want to do the butterfly stretch with your pushing your knees down and when you're sitting with your feet together like that, do that one. If you want to just sit and kind of spread your legs that way, that's absolutely fine as well. But I like these. I like this split kind of progression, this split attempt. I think about it as being like I'm slowly working my way down to like a wider and wider split. It's, I'll be honest, I'm probably never going to get there, but that's fine, because just doing this feels like it opens up all the inside of my legs, so it's worth it. Good. And come down. Okay, last one then. We're going to do our ankle stretch. So similar to the hip flexor one, but our ankle is much closer to our knee. And we're going to just rock forward. You can come onto your hands, get as much weight over your knee as possible. And we're just going to stretch out the back of the leg. I'm going to hold it there for a few seconds. Try and keep our heel planted into the ground. And we're going to come back, switch legs, and do it again. So rock forward, feel that stretch up the back of our leg. Good. Last one on each side, and then we'll call it a day. Ooh, big improvement there. Big improvement. That's awesome. That feels really nice when you do it for a second time and you suddenly access a whole load more range of motion. I really like that. And then just as a test, I quite like to do a little squat again and just see how much easier that feels, how different that feels. Like now I feel like I don't need to turn my feet out as much. I can just kind of sit in this position with more straight feet, which is fun. I mean, it's for no other purpose than doing it. There's no benefit to it other than it's just interesting. Thank you for joining me, and have a lovely rest of the week.